Hello and welcome to this session on sharpening of chisels. This is one of the basic processes in manufacturing. Let us now learn about sharpening of chisels.
Let us look at the objectives of this session. By the end of this session, you will be able to state the procedure for sharpening the cold chisels on pedestal grinding machines. Resharpen the flat chisel using pedestal or bench grinder. Operate safely the pedestal or bench grinding machine. Chisel is a cutting tool used for cutting and chipping off a metal. It is often used by driving with a hammer for carving or cutting a hard material such as wood, stone, or metal. Chisels used in metal work can be divided into two main categories: hot chisels and cold chisels. Hot chisel. A hot chisel is used to cut hot metal. Cold chisel. A cold chisel is made of tempered steel and is used for chipping and cutting off operation. A chisel has the following parts: head, body, and point. Chisels are made from high carbon steel or chrome vanadium steel. Chipped surfaces, being rough, should be finished by filing. The cross-section of chisels is usually hexagonal or octagonal. The cutting edge is hardened and tempered. There are various types of chisels, such as flat chisels, cross-cut or cape chisels, half-round chisels, diamond point chisels, and web or punching chisels. Flat chisel. A flat chisel is used to remove metal from large surfaces and chip off excess metal of welded joints and castings. Cross-cut or cape chisel is used for cutting keyways, grooves, and slots. Half-round chisel is used for cutting curved grooves or oil grooves. Diamond point chisel is used for squaring materials at the corners and joints. Web or punching chisel is used for parting of metals after chain drilling. Crowning. A slight curvature is made at the cutting edge of the chisel, which is called as crowning. This is done to prevent digging of corners, which could lead to the breakage of the chisel point. Crowning allows the chisel to move freely along a straight line while chipping. The three angles in a chisel are point angle, rake angle, clearance angle. PPE requirement: helmet, goggles, apron, gloves, and safety shoes. Sharpen the chisel before use. Apply oil on the chisel to avoid rust. The head of the chisel should not be oily or greasy. Mushroom chisel should be avoided. Always use the right chisel with chamfer. Sharpening of chisel. Chisels will become blunt due to use. For efficiency in chipping, the chisels are to be resharpened regularly. Chisels are sharpened on grinding machines. Now let us move on to the procedures involved in the grinding process. Before turning on the grinder, check the grinding wheel by sliding the finger across the grinding wheel to detect glazing. When the cutting edge of a grinding wheel takes a glass-like appearance due to wear of abrasive grains, it decreases the rate of grinding. In case of glazing, dress the wheel using silicon carbide sticks with the help of the instructor. Visually, check for cracks. Switching on the grinder, stand by the side of the wheel for safety and see whether the wheel runs true and has no excessive vibration. Ensure that there is enough coolant in the container. Protecting yourself with PPEs. After checking the grinding wheel, the next step is grinding. Do not use cotton waste or other material for holding the chisel while grinding. Use only the face of the wheel and not the sides. Let us switch on the grinder and start sharpening the chisel. Hold the chisel edge parallel to the wheel surface. The body of the chisel must be at an angle of 30 degrees in such a way as to get 60 degrees wedge angle. Rest the body of the chisel on the tool rest and allow the point to touch the wheel. Keep the pressure as minimum as possible to prevent excessive heating of the cutting edge. Rock the point on both sides in an arc to provide convexity at the cutting edge. Dip the chisel in the coolant as and when it is required, so as to avoid overheating. Repeat the grinding on the opposite side of the cutting edge. Check the wedge angle with the bevel protractor.
To recap, we have learnt about chisels, different types of chisels, how to sharpen the chisels using grinding machines. So that's all about sharpening of chisels. Hope you have understood all the concepts and exercises. See you in the next session.